Good afternoon and welcome to the 2014 Bloomington State of the City Address featuring Mayor Gene Winstead and City Manager Mark Bernardson. Today's luncheon is co-sponsored by the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce and the Rotary Club of Bloomington Noon. My name is Chris Garnera. I'm a Vice President and a Loan Officer at Premier Banks. I am also serving as the President of the Bloomington Noon Rotary Club. Now I ask that you please rise for the presentation of colors by the Bloomington Police Honor Guard, and please remain standing as Diane Kirby, City of Bloomington Community Service Director, Bloomington Rotarian, and Rotary District 5950 District Governor leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Present arms.
Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. About face.
Please be seated.
Thank you all for attending the 2014 Bloomington State of the City here at the Doubletree by Hilton, Bloomington. And a special thanks to the Doubletree staff for making our lunch so enjoyable today. As I mentioned before, my name is Chris Garnera. I'm a Vice President and a Loan Officer at Premier Banks. I am also serving as the President of the Bloomington Noon Rotary Club. For those of you who might not be familiar with our organization, Rotary is an organization of business and professional people united under the banner of service. There are more than 34,000 Rotary clubs and 1.2 million Rotarians worldwide. Bloomington has two Rotary clubs, the Rotary Club of Bloomington Noon and the Bloomington Daymakers. Our club participates in local and international service projects with the goal of trying to make our community and the world a better place. Locally, we support projects such as VEEP, Bloomington Education Foundation, Meals on Wheels, and we mentor students in our high schools, both Bloomington and Kennedy. Internationally, we have several notable projects in India, where we support a medical clinic and educate girls in the untouchable community. Rotarians gladly accept lofty goals such as the elimination of polio from the face of the planet, which we plan to achieve by 2018. This year's Rotary motto is Engage Rotary, Change Lives. To us, it means that we are using the extraordinary power of Rotary to service and change the lives of very many. If Rotary's projects and goals are of interest to you, please ask a Rotarian to share with you information and opportunities from our club. Will all of the Rotarians in the audience please stand? Thank you very much. It is now my privilege to introduce the President of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce, Maureen Scalen-Failer.
Thank you, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, it must be State of the City because we have snow. Every year, we are blessed when we host the State of the City. We have a wonderful snowstorm, and I just want to compliment the City of Blooming for being right out there, aggressive with those snowplows. But again, my name is Maureen Scallenfehler, and I'm the president of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. And we're pleased that you are here today to hear about the state of the city by Mayor Jane Winstead and City Manager Mark Bernardson. And we are very pleased with the connection that the City of Bloomington and the Bloomington Chamber are making throughout the business community. I would first like to acknowledge our member sponsors of today's program. Without sponsors such as these, we would not be able to put on programs today, like today. Mall of America, Rasmussen College, Raymond James, John Stanley, and Tria Orthopedic Center. Thank you all for your support. And would the sponsor representatives please stand so we can recognize you? And as Chris and a few others have mentioned, I would like to recognize the staff here at the DoubleTree. They do phenomenal work, and they really are a wonderful partner of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. So again, thank you to the hotel. Next, I would like to welcome our public and elected officials who are here with us today. And I'm going to announce this, and I'm going to kind of do a fast roll call. So I all want you to stand, and we're all going to applaud you at the end with all your wonderful work that you do for our community. So I'm going to start with City Council. All right, let's go. Tim Bussey, Cynthia Bemis Abrams, Andrew Carlson, John Olson, Bloomington School Superintendent Les Fujitaki, Bloomington School Board members Tom Bennett, Dick Bergstrom, Nellie Corman, Jim Sorum, Three Rivers District Commissioner John Gibbs, Met Council member Steve Elkins, State Senator from District 49, my district, Senator Melissa Franzen. Thank you all for being here today. And on behalf of the Chamber, the work that you do, whether it's from the local level, city, to the school, and to the state, we really appreciate all your hard work. The Bloomington Chamber is an affiliate of the Minneapolis Regional Chamber, and I would just like to quick recognize our President and CEO, Todd Klingel, and our Chair-elect, Laura McCartan from the Minneapolis Regional Chamber. Thank you very much for being here. Yep. We are a family of chambers, and we are committed to addressing the needs and the concerns of the Bloomington community as well as the metropolitan area. The Bloomington Chamber continues to build relationships with the community leaders in and around Bloomington, enabling the Chamber to serve as a connector between local businesses and decision makers on important issues that impact the broader business community. I'm also proud to announce and let you know that in 2013, we had over 114 new chamber members come on board, and the growth is continuing at rapid success. So thank you all new members and current chamber members. The Chamber is honored to have the city as a vital partner. We are working with the city on development, public works, and public safety issues, as these are extremely important to our members and the welfare of the Chamber. Yesterday, we saw hard work and partnerships accomplished. The state of Minnesota, the city of Bloomington, the Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux community, I got that right, Mayor, or close to it, Mall of America, 555, Mortenson Construction, came together and put a partnership together to bring to our community a $325 million economic development project. This project is going to have everlasting impacts, positive impacts on our community. And partnerships such as this brings jobs, brings opportunity in our own backyard. So thank you to all of you who made that happen. Our theme today, the art of creating community, has also been a theme of the Bloomington Chamber. Over the last 5 years, the Bloomington Chamber has fully engaged in our community with our Community Outreach Committee. Once a month, our chamber members go out into the community and we partner with a local nonprofit on a service project. This has become one of the more successful programs of the Chamber, and we're very, very proud of that. We are also in our 4th year of the Bloomington Future Leaders Program, and this is in partnership with Bloomington and Kennedy High Schools and the school district. And I am proud to announce that the Chamber has started a scholarship program, and we will be awarding 3 Bloomington students scholarships to help further their education. We want to invest in the future of our community. And investing in the community is a high priority of the Chamber. We will continually to work closely with the city to allow for development projects which will further enhance our community and make our community a better place to live, work, and play. And now for the main event. I would like to bring to the podium Bloomington Police Chief Jeff Potts. Chief Potts has served on the Bloomington Police Chief since 2008. Jeff and I actually started at the same time, so we're growing up together, aren't we, Jeff? He is also a member of the Bloomington Chamber Board of Directors, and is a Bloomington Rotarian. Please welcome Chief Potts, who will introduce our speakers.
Thanks, Maureen. It is my pleasure to introduce today's State of the City speakers, Mayor Gene Winstead and City Manager Mark Bernhardson. Mayor Gene Winstead has been a resident of Bloomington since 1975. He's married with 3 grown daughters and 7 grandchildren. Mayor Winstead has been a member of the Bloomington City Council since before the turn of the century. I didn't write it, Mayor, I just read it. He was first appointed to the City Council in 1995 and then elected as mayor in 1999. Mayor Winstead was re-elected to his 4th 4-year term in November of 2011. He holds the record of being Bloomington's longest-serving mayor. In addition to his work on the City Council, Mayor Winstead is currently serving on Bloomington's Port Authority and the Bloomington Convention and Visitors Bureau. He is a past member of the city's Planning Committee, serving as its chairperson through the development of the Mall of America. City Manager Mark Bernhardson was appointed as Bloomington's city manager in 1991. He had previously served as a city administrator for Orono and assistant city manager for Edina. Mr. Bernhardson has been involved in committees and boards for a variety of organizations. Metropolitan Cities, the South Metro Public Safety Training Center, the first board chair at the Hennepin County Medical Center and Hennepin Health Systems. He concluded his term as chair of the Gustavus Adolphus College Board of Trustees last June. Mr. Bernhardson's wife, Ivy, is a Hennepin County judge, and they have 2 grown children. Please welcome Mayor Gene Winstead and City Manager Mark Bernhardson.
Welcome to the 2014 Bloomington State of the City Address. And I'd like to thank the Bloomington New Rotary for their participation and help put this together, as well as the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce for all they've done to make this event possible. I'd also like to shout out to those sponsors that were mentioned earlier. You know, I think it's important, and it's really indicative of really the businesses and the things that we do appreciate and really like about the city of Bloomington. You take Raymond James, the principal there is John Stanley. You know, you need to know that John Stanley, his roots go way back into this community. This is where he was born and raised. This is where he has his business. He serves on the board of directors of the Bloomington Community Foundation. He's there. And on a personal note, John Stanley is a 1970 graduate of Lincoln High School. Also, a classmate of my wife who graduated also from Lincoln in 1970. So the roots go back and deep and far. You know, you've got Rasmussen College who's sponsoring this event today. You know, we're all familiar with Rasmussen College. We know that they're there and they're putting on online learning. People can achieve degrees and they can move forward in their careers and in life. But what people don't really realize is that Rasmussen College maintains a campus here in the city of Bloomington where they have classrooms and ongoing education that happens there. And what's going on with it, though, is they do a great job of disguising it as the Market Point office building right off of 494. People don't think about it, but what a great use and application, and just a great and wonderful business education facility within our community. Of course, then you say the Mall of America. And we're going to talk more about all that's happened there and the next phase development that's happening out there. But the Mall of America and its presence in the city of Bloomington is ever growing and ever so important. And it really has worked so well, all that goes on in the city. And it's great to see that a business, a mall of that size, really does slow down enough to really work with our city and do a lot of things with and for the city of Bloomington. The other sponsor that was mentioned too is TRIA, and TRIA Orthopedic Center. And if you'll notice, I'm standing here as a walking, standing billboard for TRIA. Okay? Obviously, they're the orthopedic center here in Bloomington and have been here for a while now. And they're really working to ingratiate themselves into the community, and they're there. The services they provide are valuable, and I can definitely attest to it. Okay, what happened? I tore up a muscle. I tore a leg muscle and pulled a tendon, and I was over at TRIA to their urgent care center, and I got in and out of there with great service going on. I have a weekly appointment with a physical therapist at TRIA. He's a very evil person. It's excruciating, but I'm doing well and healing well, and thanks to TRIA for that. So it's away we go. But I also just want to get to the State of the City address today. You know, I've lived in this city for 42 years and been an elected official for 19 years, and served as the city's mayor for 14 years. People often ask me what I love about our town. I love that Bloomington has the variety and the range and the best of all things. From small businesses, mom and pop shops, to Fortune 500 companies like Toro and Donaldson, Bloomington has it all. We have the range of parks, from play lots to some of the best play fields and playgrounds throughout the city. We also have a large park area with downhill skiing and a ski jump. No one else can say that. We've got great amenities in the city of Bloomington. And our people, from the new ones and the young ones to those who are not so young and those who have been and lived in this town for over 50 years, it's great. We have great people who are in the city of Bloomington. So what do I love about Bloomington? The variety, the people, and the best of all things. What do you love about Bloomington?
It's fun here.
Senior programs.
I love my teacher.
What I love about Bloomington is all my students.
The arts.
In Bloomington, there are sports, there's music, there's drama, there's dance.
Thank you. I love my customers. I love the small business support.
What do I love about Bloomington? My friends.
Our friends.
Bloomington is home.
It's great to have a place for our dogs to be able to run and play and not be leashed up.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
The theme of this year's State of the City address is the art of creating community. To me, community means creating a place where you have all the things that you love. The concept is called placemaking, which inspires people to create and improve their public spaces. Placemaking is also creating the best place for people to live, work, and play. Often more than mere logic, it is really an art form. We are proactive in achieving this goal for Bloomington because we have vision. And many of the reasons why people say they love this place is the result of years, even decades, of vision and focused implementation. You know, I love to go to the farmers market on Saturday mornings. It's held on the grounds of Civic Plaza, and that's a powerful example of placemaking. It was the vision of former Mayor Coral Houle to have such a unique place to gather. The fine arts, enjoyed by many, are also housed in the building, and many enjoy the plays, performances, exhibits, and classes. A complete community needs the arts, creativity, and open spaces where people can relax and regenerate. We've done it before, and now we are poised to do it again. One breakthrough this year is launching a project to bring creative placemaking to the South Loop District. And let's take a look at this.
Creative placemaking is increasingly a buzzword in the arts and also urban design communities, but really it's a pretty simple concept. It's a strategy to use the arts and artists to make a place lively and vibrant, to make it come alive. Bloomington does have a great track record of placemaking already. The best example that I can think of is what has happened at the Civic Plaza, where the arts have been used as a way to build community, to draw people in, to introduce members of the community to one another who might not otherwise mix and mingle, like the farmers market at the Civic Plaza, the wonderful art that happens inside the building, as well as artistic performances outside and art on the grounds. This is a way in which the arts are really creating a vibrant, wonderful facility and location where all kinds of residents can come together and celebrate what it means to be a member of this community. Bloomington Theater and Art Center partnered with the City of Bloomington to apply for a grant from the National Endowment for the Arts. And we received the grant, and the grant will help us over the next 2 years work together with some other key partners in the community to really harness the tools of creative placemaking to help bring the South Loop to life. What if we added a little fun to everyday objects? What if blank surfaces were canvases? What if the landscaping became a source of surprise and delight? What if art were one of the most memorable parts of a South Loop visit? What if we invited and encouraged artists to add value, life, and vibrancy to the South Loop? What if art invited strangers to interact with it and each other? What if sculpture was a part of the South Loop experience? In the combination of the South Loop master plan and creative placemaking, we have a wonderful opportunity, truly a once-in-a-generation opportunity, to bring the richness of our regional arts community together with an urban, vital vision for the South Loop and create something that's truly extraordinary.
The video shows that we are visioning and planning for something more than ordinary, something very special, something Bloomington special. Bloomington Theater and Art Center Executive Director Andrea Speck was instrumental in helping to secure the $100,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts. Andrea is here today, and I would like to ask Andrea and the Bloomington Theater and Art Center board members, Mark Adkins, Linda Batterson, Greg Bullard, Heather Dorsey, and Jason Moore, to please stand and be recognized for all you do. Thank you. You may know a significant majority of the City Council changed this year. We have a new and young City Council. Okay, and we're focused on doing some great things for the community. All right. Prior to the new council, former council members had an average of 8.5 years of experience and service on the City Council. While new, this council is a fresh start and brings years of community experience. Cynthia Beavis Abrams, council member at large, is a 49-year resident of Bloomington. She's a former member of the Bloomington School Board, and she's the spouse of former council member Dave Abrams. Dwayne Lohman, the council member from District 1, 29-year Bloomington resident, active in the community for many years. And while in college, Dwayne interned in the City of Bloomington's Planning Division, and he is the son of a former HRA Commissioner, Pat Lohman. Andrew Carlson, council member from District 2, has a professional background in economic development and has served and continues to serve as a commissioner on Bloomington's Housing and Redevelopment Authority. John Olson, our council member from District 4, comes to the council with experience and service as a planning commission member and has been a Bloomington United for Youth board member and is a former Bloomington Rotarian. Jack Beloga was reelected to a second term as a council member from District 3. Jack is a former chair of the Bloomington Planning Commission and also served on the Bloomington Board of Appeals. And Tim Bussey, the council member at large, while not up for re-election this year, Councilmember Bussey has been on the council since 2011. And he is at the University of Minnesota and all the operations and everything that happens there. So he brings much experience to what we do here in the city. He also has experience from being on the staff at the League of Minnesota Cities. We've been through this kind of change before, but I believe we have a great group of people who are interested in ensuring that this community continues to thrive. The council is looking to the future to further enhance this community gathering concept with a vision for a new community center. Just this past Monday night, the council explored the opportunities and what it would take to provide this amenity. And the council has given staff direction to undertake a needs assessment. A successful community strengthens itself when we look out for our neighbors. Veep provides food and other social services to those in need. Cornerstone is committed to ending violence in families and relationships. Bridging provides furniture and household goods to families and individuals. And Companies to Classrooms recycle surplus business supplies for local classrooms. All of these organizations provide support to our neighbors through their services, proving that we all do better when focused on ensuring that all of our neighbors do better. This is also our future when we think of creating community, our children and grandchildren. And what a great place Bloomington is for kids. Bloomington has a virtual top 10 for kid-friendly placemaking. Many neighborhood playgrounds, parks and facilities, the Bloomington Family Aquatic Center in Bush Lake Beach, Highland Ski and Snowboard area. Bloomington has BAA and countless other sports opportunities. There are also other establishments like The Works, Nickelodeon Universe, and Sea Life Minnesota Aquarium, and that's just to name a few. But kids don't decide to come here on their own. Their parents come here because they decided that Bloomington is a great place to raise a family. And we've got data to back that up. In 2013, it was the second year in a row that the National Research Center conducted its National Citizen Survey. Thousands of residents were contacted to get their views of Bloomington and all of its strengths and weaknesses. The National Research Center has surveyed more than 500 cities, and we were able to take our Bloomington results and then compare them directly with 21 high-performance peer cities that are very similar to us in size, location, demographics, population, and employment base. The survey showed 86% of respondents felt Bloomington was a good place to raise a family, which was much above the national city ranking and above the peer city rankings. And what's one of the top reasons for this great response? Of course, it's the schools. Bloomington continues to maintain outstanding educational facilities from the top performing K through 12 schools and onto the college level. This past year, Bloomington Public Schools' academic achievement grew and the achievement gap narrowed. 12 of the 15 district's schools improved on the state's multiple measurements ratings. The Early Learning Center earned top state ratings, the highest ratings, 4 stars, in the state system that predicts school readiness. And Dimensions Academy High School, a first-of-its-kind program for gifted and talented students, will launch this fall. This is a partnership with Normandale Community College to provide an early experience for 9th and 10th graders. Things are also looking good in the area of employment, an important factor of a healthy economy and thriving community. I'm again happy to report that Bloomington's unemployment rate is lower than the nation, the state, and the region. The unemployment rates for 2013 in the United States was 6.5%. Minnesota came in at 4.7%. Our metro area was 4.3% unemployment. And Bloomington is now at 4.1%. All of these numbers were down from the previous year.
And what do I love about Bloomington? Our town is a place that wants to continue to move forward. We're not content to rest and know that if we're not moving forward, we're falling behind. A community that emphasizes its ongoing evolution and is never quite satisfied with the present is truly mastering the art of creating community. And how do you feel about Bloomington? As the mayor mentioned a few minutes ago, a community survey was done in 2012, and again in 2013. The survey showed that the residents were very pleased with Bloomington. We found that 95% rated Bloomington as an excellent or good place to live, and 94% would recommend it as a place to live. 90% rated the overall quality of life as excellent or good. All these ratings are much above those of the 500 national cities polled by the National Research Center, and above the rankings of the 21 peer cities that were surveyed that are very much like Bloomington. And it is very helpful in the art of guiding us towards our vision. The survey will be undertaken again this year. Like a successful artist, having a vision is important, but having the wherewithal to create community is also equally important. I'm happy again to report that the city's financial condition is in excellent shape. For the 10th year in a row, Bloomington has received the highest bond ratings from all three rating agencies. Out of more than 19,000 municipalities in the United States that seek bond ratings for their issuance, as represented by the stars with the white dots on this diagram, only 27 of them have the triple A ratings, and Bloomington is one. One of the questions we asked in the survey was, how important is it for the city to address the following over the next 5 years? The top 5 responses rated as essential or very important were maintaining city services, crime prevention, attending to the city's aging infrastructure, keeping our schools competitive, and attracting and maintaining small business. As noted, maintaining city services are very important to the survey respondents, but it is also key so that it is done in a cost-affordable manner to residents while still providing value. Because we are financially strong, we are able to continue to create a successful community by providing those essential and quality of life services and having the financial flexibility to act when needs and opportunities arise. The cost of all these services for the owner of the median value home is $67.82 per month, a service figure that has essentially been flat for the last 5 years. So how is the value provided? By ensuring that we are well protected with essential services like police and fire protection and other emergency responses, as well as public works snow plowing and street maintenance, including continuing the city's pavement management program to address our aging infrastructure in a cost-effective manner. These services make up 70% of the property taxes residents pay to the city. Further, this year we are updating the city's alternative transportation plan. Originally adopted in 2008, it furthers the bicycle and pedestrian transportation opportunities in and around the community to make it a healthier, more vibrant place for generations to come. In fact, projects we are working on include, on the east side, a 7-mile-long paved multi-use regional trail that starts and connects to the Minneapolis Grand Rounds Trail at the Lake Nokomis Parkway and will come down through Richfield into Bloomington, connecting to both the Minnesota River as well as the 86th Street bike lanes. Construction is anticipated to begin this summer and finish in 2015. This trail is a partnership with the Three Rivers Park District and the cities of Bloomington, Richfield, and Minneapolis. And on the west side, Highland Trail is an off-road multi-use trail along Bush Lake Road, West 106th, and Bloomington Ferry Road. It will link 2 existing trail systems from Highland Lake Park Reserve to the Minnesota Valley State Trail at the Bloomington Ferry Road trailhead, which will also connect to trails that are being developed in Scott County. Construction is anticipated to begin late spring and completion in early fall. This year, the city is also undertaking a master planning process for the Minnesota River Valley that focuses on enhancing access, increasing awareness, improving utilization, and protecting and preserving natural and cultural resources. We will be collecting public input starting this spring. Recently, a number of trail advocacy groups have renewed interest in developing the Minnesota River Valley State Trail in Bloomington and are working with federal, state, and local agencies in an effort to move its development forward. A bill was introduced in the state legislature to provide up to $2.5 million to the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources for this project. In addition to the Long Meadow Lake Bridge improvements, there are several other potential projects in its vicinity, including reconstruction of the old Cedar Avenue from Old Shakopee Road down to the refurbished bridge, reconstruction of the existing parking lot, and along with a potential trail along Old Cedar Avenue that connects from the new multi-use trail at 86th Street down to the bridge. The city is partnering with other agencies to apply for a grant for this trail segment, hopefully in the next 5 years. And consultant for the Long Meadow Lake Bridge project was approved on March 3rd at the city's council meeting. The project will be designed in 2014 for a full-scope rehabilitation of the project and bridge structure that will minimize the future maintenance costs. Project bidding and construction is to occur in 2015 with a goal of completing and opening the bridge in early 2016. A special thanks goes to the legislature and especially Representative Ann Linczewski for securing the state funding for this bridge. Mayor.
In recent years, the nation and Bloomington have been through the Great Recession. High unemployment, home foreclosures, a down economy, and no significant business, commercial real estate, or housing development. But I'm happy to report that 2014 is the year of new starts. In fact, our success reminds me of that iconic song from the musical Gypsy.
You'll be swell, you'll be great, gonna have the whole world on a plate. Starting here, starting now, honey, everything's coming up roses. Clear the tracks, you got nothing to do but relax. Blow a kiss, take a bow, honey, everything's coming up roses. Now's your inning, stand the world on its ear, set it spinning, that will be just the beginning. Curtain up, light the lights, you got nothing to hit but the heights. You'll be swell, you'll be great, I can tell, just you wait. That lucky star I talk about is due. Honey, everything's coming up roses for me and for you.
That's Sally Ann Wright, who plays the role of Mama Rose in Bloomington Theater and Arts Center's upcoming production of Gypsy, and she was accompanied by music director Anita Ruth. You know, there's an example of art used in the art of creating community. The other good part of that is you will remember that and you will be singing and humming it for the rest of the day. It's in your heads now, so get us all in the positive vein. The art of creating community also means building a place where people want to live, work, and play. That literally means creating the best neighborhoods out of concrete and structure. For example, we focused on a balance of affordable housing from east to west in Bloomington. Housing options for seniors continue to grow. Bloomington has issued building permits for 900 new multifamily units in the last 3 years. These include conventional townhomes and apartments, age-restricted independent living, as well as assisted living and memory care units. When you are building new senior housing, you are placemaking and creating a different and new community. Projects like Applewood Point of Bloomington at Valley West. This is located at Beard Avenue and Old Shakopee Road. Consists of 77 senior apartments, and construction is expected to begin this summer. Then there are these subdivisions. Hidden Bluffs in the southwest portion of Bloomington near the Bethany Fellowship campus. In 2011, still in the grips of the Great Recession, Pulte Homes began constructing 40 new single-family homes. In the summer of 2013, 37 of the homes were sold, and the remaining 3 are under construction with pending sales. The Bluffs at San Pierre in southeast Bloomington, located at Lyndale and 107th Street. This development is for 17 villa homes and 42 townhomes, and they began construction in 2006. Only 8 villa home sites remain, and 5 townhome sites remain to be built. So this has taken off and is coming out well. Then the Rar Preserve, located in the far southwest corner of Bloomington near Dred Scott Playfield on West 110th Street, was just approved by the City Council this past Monday night. For all practical purposes, Bloomington is a fully developed community, but this is an example of a remaining large site that is now coming forward for development. The project will construct 14 new single-family homes, and it is anticipated that construction will start yet this year. Some of our business in the city of Bloomington have new starts also. At Interstate 494 and Normandale Boulevard, Open Access Technologies International, OATI, is a software company focusing on the energy industry and is planning a 100,000 square foot office building and a data center. Of course, Toro, 81st and Lyndale, in the center of the city of Bloomington, is constructing a 75,000 square foot 3-story office building with a 282 space surface parking lot on its corporate headquarters campus. We all know Toro. It's that great Fortune 500 company that houses itself here in the city of Bloomington and calls Bloomington its home. And we are just so proud because they are such great corporate citizens in our community. And I think that we can all state that after this winter, and I know that I was out this morning, boot and all, snow blowing my driveway. And I'll tell you, Toro does make the best damn snow blowers. They just great corporate citizens. It's wonderful to have them within our community. In prior years, we've shown the major districts in Bloomington, the South Loop, Penn American, and Normandale Lake, and reported that they were 85% of Bloomington's growth potential. So here's what's happening in those districts. The South Loop. Well, yesterday, the groundbreaking for the Mall of America's more than $300 million expansion took place. That was just yesterday. The project includes 2 levels of underground parking, 3 levels of new retail and restaurant uses, plus 2 towers. One tower will include a JW Marriott luxury hotel with 342 rooms. The other tower will include 180,000 square feet of office space, which will be built if the marketing is successful. The mall is confident that they will sign tenants and secure financing for this development. The project is currently under construction with a grand opening planned for August 2015. There's some new rental properties also being built in the South Loop area. The Lennar Project. It's a 6-story apartment complex at American Boulevard and 34th Avenue. The 415-unit development would be located across the street from the American Boulevard Light Rail Transit platform and the Bloomington Central Station development, and construction starts later this year. Also in South Loop, at the Bloomington Central Station, is a 302-room full-service hotel scheduled to begin construction this summer. The hotel is centered around the light rail station and Bloomington Central Station Park. And there's another new hotel coming to South Loop, and it's a Town Place Suites by Marriott. It's a 118-room limited service hotel. This is the first new construction on the extension of Lindau Lane and Lindau Link. It will include a public plaza with placemaking elements. Construction is scheduled to start within 2 months. Major infrastructure improvements designed to ease traffic flow, improve pedestrian safety, and attract more visitors and businesses are underway in South Loop. To prepare for future development north of the Mall of America, Lindau Lane is being lowered and a bridge deck to connect buildings has been created over the street. Construction began last spring, and it's continuing and is expected to be completed by this November. Construction on 30th Avenue between American Boulevard and East Old Shakopee Road will convert a private access area to a public street that connects Lindau Lane to the north and south arterial streets. Construction is expected to be completed in mid-2015. Lindau Lane will be extended to create a walkable street that will support pedestrian-friendly storefront development between 24th and 30th Avenues. Construction is also expected to be completed in mid-2015. I'm happy to report on the I-494 and 34th Avenue diverging diamond interchange. This was presented last year as a graphic on what was there, what was going to be coming. It was completed and open to traffic this past October. Diverging diamonds simplify left-turning operations. The project prepares for the future traffic growth anticipated at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport and in the South Loop District. This is the first diverging diamond interchange in the United States to incorporate a center median running a light rail train. The Penn American District also has significant development potential. Adjacent to two of the busiest freeways in the region, and in the center of the region's second largest employment corridor, and at the junction of significant future transit investments, Penn American Phase 2 consists of a 2-building mixed-use project with surface parking and an underground public parking structure. The first building, fronting Penn Avenue, is a 5-story, 80,500 square foot mixed-use building with retail space, a 200-seat restaurant, and a 108-room extended stay Home 2 Suites hotel by Hilton. This is a new brand for Hilton and is specifically designed for high-density urban locations. The second building is a single-story, 28,000 square foot building, and it's a retail building. The tenant will be Fresh Thyme, and that is a new grocer to Minnesota, modeled after a farmer's market. Groundbreaking for Phase 2 is slated for this spring. Infiniti of Bloomington intends to redevelop the existing dealership and nearly triple its size. The reconstruction will provide enhanced sales and service areas for the dealership. Things are also developing in the Normandale Lakes District. Covington Apartments on Green Valley Drive, just south of Interstate 494, is constructing 250 luxury rental apartment units. Covington is now leasing, and opening is anticipated later this year. A 5-story, 100-room Hampton Inn and Suites will be constructed along American Boulevard near Green Valley Drive. In the next month, Hampton will be in for final city approval. Construction could begin yet this summer.
These stars are all part of the palette of the ever-evolving arts of creating community. The developments that the mayor has presented are coming together in 2014 to further enhance our thriving community. Traditionally, people think of the physical community. That makes sense because developments set the stage for what can be this community's longer-term destiny. Our town is a catalyst that enhances the community experience to help people enjoy better lives, both today and tomorrow. But as is true of many aspects of life, there is more to community than simply the logic of hard science guiding its development. There are significant elements of the arts, the creative thinking and imagining that raises the science to a whole new plane. Over time, communities grow and evolve in new and different ways, a function of people's visions, interests, and opportunities that make things happen, protecting the best, most viable, and enhancing the rest. We'd like to thank the many city staff people, especially Janine Hill, Diane Kirby, Larry Lee, and the communications staff, and other participants who worked to make today's presentation possible. You'll also find handouts that are on your tables that will give you more color commentary, charting the progress towards our city's vision, the creative placemaking in South Loop, as well as our 2013 corporate report. After this presentation, the mayor and I will stick around and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. But before we conclude, we'll end with a note about what our future thinks about community. We asked Hillcrest Community School students to visually tell us what community means to them. The result is an artful learning mural. They used a hawk, Hillcrest mascot, and a symbol of their community to paint what was special to them. The goal was to teach the students about community and let them know they are part of something larger. It took the contributions of many to create a finished piece, but all roles were essential, no matter how small or large, to produce the end result that we will see today. Just as it takes many people with various talents, skills, ideas, passions, and diverse backgrounds to make a thriving Bloomington. Here are their students in their own words.
Community means art. Community means my pet. I drew about community festivals. I did HC with a heart around it because I really liked this school. Community means my neighbors. Respect and consideration. To me, community is colorful. Community means my basketball team. Community means all the parks. It means family, friends, and learning.
Great job, kids, students. We really appreciate it. And we want to thank you all for coming today. And everybody have a great 2014.
Thank you.